with.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Welcome back to Get Your Mind Right podcast. I am Rich. My guest is the first artist that I'm interviewing out of Baton Rouge. MobbGod, how you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing great. Doing great. For the people who don't know, let them know what part of Baton Rouge you're from.
Hold on one second.
All right.
Say, I just said I'm doing an interview. They can hear y'all in there. No, I don't want to hear it. I be in full-time daddy mode, bro.
I see
Yeah.
that. I see that. This ain't the first time you didn't. I done see one of your interviews with I think Change of Plan when
Yeah.
you was ready to whoop people.
Hey, they getting big as
So
hell, man. But shit, they doing a lot better. They calming down, but they boys will be boys.
yes,
But
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir.
I'm from South Baton Rouge, bro. A lot of our biggest artists in Baton Rouge, whether people want to admit that or not, come from South Baton Rouge. So you know what I'm saying? Even people when they nicknaming themselves and shit, they naming themselves after our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from the top part of the South Side. It's the top and the bottom. You know what I'm saying? They call the top uptown. They call the bottom part the bottom. So you know what I'm saying? But it's all foes. It just depends on which part you from. If you from uptown, you throw foes up. If you from the bottom, you put foes down. You know what I'm saying? Being that I'm a little older than some of these younger guys, you know what I'm saying? It was a day and time where the South ran together, top and bottom. So I would like to see it get back to that again because that's when we really was at our best. You know what I'm saying? When the whole hood was united.
I think a lot of us don't know what unity is because they came through and destroyed the communities like that.
Yeah.
So they're saying that we wouldn't. I think it'll probably happen, but half of us probably will be gone to actually know what it really means to be unified, especially coming from the black community,
Yeah.
because they don't realize how powerful being unified. They know how powerful it is to be unified, but we don't know how powerful it is to be unified.
Right.
So let me ask you this next question: Was you brought up in a single household, or you had both of your parents?
I grew up with a stepdad, but he been around my mom since I was 3. So you
Right.
might as well say I grew up with 2 parents. My stepdad was a hustler though. He was in the street early. My mom was in the street, you know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing about them, it never stopped them from going to work.
Yeah.
It never stopped them from keeping a job, you know what I'm saying? It never stopped them from having a side hustle, you know what I'm saying? So like my work ethic really come from my parents. It's like, no matter what's going on, no matter how things may look or seem, we gonna always find a way to make some money and get our hustle on.
I'm sorry about that. Um, so as me watching a lot of interviews, what is your religion belief? Because I know you speak on a lot of like Malcolm, Fred
Yeah.
Hammond, um, and other black figures like that coming from the black community. So
Yeah, I
what's your
believe
religion?
I just believe in the higher power, bro. I believe that in the divine creator. I don't say I would subscribe to Christianity or Islam or none of that. I do think the creator is such a big force, so omnipotent that we aren't big enough to figure out everything about him. But everyone has a moral compass. You see what I'm saying? And that transcends across the board. So it's like no matter what religion you fall under, there's a moral compass and a duty to your fellow man. So when you're not doing a duty to your fellow man and you're not following your moral compass and you're going against things that you know feel wrong, then that's enough right there to label a person as not solid. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's so many things to divide us. Like you say, it's important to be united, but that's the thing. They want to try to divide us in so many ways purposely to the point where we accept it and we run with it and exploit ourselves. So,
Right.
yeah, I'm not Christian, I'm not Islam, but I do believe in one creator I believe in energy. I believe in numbers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the code to the universe. At one point in time, I was trying to get my kids back, through the court stuff, and it wasn't going my way through court because, like with men, bro, it's like the laws are set up against us, especially the black man. You got to jump through so many hoops to try to get your kids. So anyway, long story short, I was praying at the same time every day at 4:44 because it's a prayer of protection. So I was praying that while my kids was away from me, they would be protected and covered until they return safely to me. And man, I might have prayed that prayer for maybe 2 or 3 months, bro. And they've been with me about 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? Going on 6 years. It's been about 5 for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I believe like numbers kind of tell the tale of the universe. Numbers are an exact science, and that's why like my logo Solo Mafia is 8 because it's like 8 rules we live by. And it's just basic things that people should be aware of, but they tend to overlook, like just being thankful to the creator, giving back to your family, daily self-educating, daily, you know what I'm saying, having integrity. If somebody do you a favor, not only should you do one in return, but you should do an extra one to show gratitude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it's just I'm just trying to rejuvenate my people to be men and women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lost art, and people not even just manners, simple plain manners has just been a lost art. It's like people not respecting each other, and I feel like a lot of stuff just come from basic home training, man. Like a lot of people never heard "I love you" coming up from their parents, and a lot of times when they get out in the street, they looking for that love in another format, whether it be a gang, whether it be a record label, whether it be what I'm saying, a person of the opposite sex that they think really love them and got their best interests, but they don't. It's like you're gonna try to fill that void some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of these cats just be looking for love, bro, for real.
Okay. We needed something like that. Okay, let me go ahead and get started. So what most people don't realize about you, MobbGod, your original name was Savage,
Right.
and you had a song on Uncut.
Right.
So what was the name of that song?
She a Papa.
She'll pop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That was like one
So,
of my first songs, man. Uh, it served its purpose though. It was crazy. I always me and the other guy on the song, shout out to Rudy. Me and him, we both like we not even that kind of artist, but we knew that in our area where we from and being that, you know what I'm saying, you trying to get in the door, we didn't want to push that song, but the label wanted to push that song. It was his label that actually ended up paying for it or whatever. But yeah, man, they wanted to push it, and it ended up helping us out. It ended up getting us some attention, and we just kind of try to capitalize on that. But neither one of us is really that kind of artist because we both like to rap, you know what I'm saying? Like lyricism, all that type of, but we made some party shit that did what it was supposed to do.
okay. So how did you get into production?
Production, I got into production because I like to rap, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like um I was only able to fully see my own vision because like when I would try to get beats from other people, it wasn't really what I was looking for, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well shit, let me mess around because like everybody on my dad's side, they musically inclined. And my great grandmother made everybody play something, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that shit was just naturally in us. And shit, man, I had a recorder and I had a little keyboard and I would just turn the recorder on and play the beat out the keyboard and rap on the recorder. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing my own beats for years, but it's just that, I feel like when I'm painting the picture, I'm the one that can tell the full story. So the beat gotta match the hook gotta match the song gotta match the content of the beat so it can all make like one big melting pot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like working with other producers, but I like my own shit more than anybody else's, to be honest with you. I like working on my stuff for me, at my own pace. And that's really what I like to do. You know, I work on other people's stuff out of love, but sometimes it's just to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
it's my job, and I feel like I can make anybody sound good because I study music. I study tempos. I study human behavior. You know what I'm saying? When I'm listening to music, I'm not just listening to it. I'm dissecting it, and that's what producing is like giving people a feeling, giving them emotion. You know what I'm saying? Captivating different essences that they may have experienced, or even if they haven't experienced, they feel like they're experiencing it through your music. So a lot of people like to work with me because I produce them. I don't just make beats and be like, yeah, bro, here you go, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to build that mug. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it make a better product.
Yeah.
Mm.
So who was the first beat? Who was the first person you sold a beat to in Baton Rouge?
The first person I sold a beat to in Baton Rouge, my barber. My barber was my partner, John. He used to cut my hair. I'm still in touch with him, man. John bought my first beat for $50.
Okay.
Yeah, and but see, my big homie Chill, blessed the dead. Chill was the one who put me in the studio. You know what I'm saying, for the first time. Bought me a beat machine. And with Chill, see, Big Chill was from Uptown too, and it was Chill, Ivy, Yacht, them the dudes that really started like the whole movement, and TBG. You know what I'm saying? That's why all that came in. You know what I'm saying? Top Boy Gorilla, because we from the top.
Yeah.
So, you know, Chill was older than Ivan and Yacht, but Chill was my big homie. So he was already the first one rapping. First one had a separate bank account for music. You know what I'm saying? First one knew how to put his CDs together. First one getting distribution. So, you know what I'm saying? My big homie really showed me the business side of this shit, and he learned a lot of shit from Loke. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Loke really blessed the game for a lot of people. And then I ended up working a lot with Loke myself. You know what I'm saying? So everything tied in like it was supposed to.
So when did you meet CeeLo? Or you being the one CeeLo?
I've been knowing Loke, but me and Loke didn't start working together until like I was already established when I got with Trill and everything. And
Right.
shit, we ended up doing he had signed one of my partners, Young Reddy, RIP to Young Reddy. He signed Reddy, and me and Reddy was already doing a lot of work together.
Yeah.
And that just brought me and Loke together too, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up doing a full project. And then I ended up doing like maybe half the beats on the next project for him too. So but right now we just, we just stay in touch, and if I need a verse, shit, it don't take him no longer than a day to shoot it back, you know what I'm saying? So we still there for each other.
Okay, since you okay, so what it was like working with Young Reddy? Because see,
Reddy was, what you think?
no, I was gonna say because I know him as what Reddy Racked Up Reddy.
Racked
That's
Up
when I
Reddy.
came
Yeah,
across. So yeah,
he changed his name, like, you know what I'm saying, halfway through. And I feel like, man, as we got older, we kind of decided to do that name change shit together, you know what I'm saying? Because we was getting older, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was Savage, he Young Reddy shit, nigga. We old, we got kids now, you know what I'm saying? It's a different mindset. We growing up, this and that. But Reddy was always the spark, you know what I'm saying? Always a wild child. You gotta calm him down, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know him, he'll get on your nerves. If you know him, you love him to death. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he was.
right.
But musically, he respected me a lot. He listened to my direction a lot. I'm the one who told him to make that phrase, "What up?" his catchphrase. What up? I told him to make that his catchphrase when we was making when we was recording a mixtape me and him did together, Self-Made Bosses.
Okay.
And he just was saying it, and it just sounded like so distinct. I'm like, okay, that's your MO right there. That's gonna be what you say before you come on songs and shit. And he ended up making a song Q Red did the beat for. He ended up making one of his biggest songs was What Up that
Okay.
he got. But I'm the one told him to make that his catchphrase, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing about Reddy, like, he was confident as a motherfucker in front of everybody else, but for people he trusted and people whose opinion he valued, he gonna run everything by us before he do it. You know what I'm saying? And I like that about him. You know what I'm saying? But it was just good to see where he started from, and he on the verge of blowing up. I just knew he was gonna go to that next level. Unfortunately, he lost his life, but at the end of the day, man, we know the consequences of some of the shit that we was involved in and shit like that. And some people just don't make it out of that shit. But I mean, shout out to his baby mamas. They really holding them kids down. Kids is big and beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And they doing a lot of that shit on their own. I know they probably wish, a few more people would step up to the plate, but them women really handling them kids, man, and they growing up to be beautiful, smart, talented children.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. Another one that passed away that I really maybe listened to his music before 3 years before he passed, and Zoe. Like I
Mm-hmm.
felt like Zoe was very unique because I used to watch his Instagram stories before I started listening to his music. Like I think his Instagram stuff started coming across before his music come.
Right.
How was that relationship was like, and what was y'all basically relationship was like?
Man, I met Zoe while he was in jail through Reddit, and because Reddit was locked up, and I went and picked Reddit up from jail. Like Reddit did 13 months, something like that. I went and picked him up from jail in North Louisiana. But before he got out, him and Zoe, you know what I'm saying, they had used to get on three-way or whatever, and Zoe would rap for me, or he'll just call me on his own, and you know what I'm saying, tell me his ideas and stuff like that. And we just stayed close. So when he got out, you know what I'm saying, my big homie man put some bread behind him, you know what I'm saying, try to get the ball rolling, and shit, that left lane records. That's my big homie Chris. He got that, and he ended up signing Zoe or whatever. It was just us three at first, you know what I'm saying, just putting everything together. So all that was just beautiful to watch Zoe grow, because he been had the artistry, he been had the music, but it's just that he wasn't able to put his personality on display until you start seeing them Instagram videos, until he started really getting his money up, you know what I'm saying, getting out in the city, because everybody knew Zoe for the wrong shit. And then as he started changing his life and converting over to the right thing, you feel what I'm saying, in the midst of his transition, he was taken. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I can say that about a lot of my homies. I try to lead by example. That if I could walk away from a lot of that shit that I was doing to make ends meet, or you know what I'm saying, I'm a legitimate businessman now. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of my little homies trying to grow into that, and it's unfortunately some of them didn't make it to the finish line. But that's the goal, though, bro. I always try to lead by example to show niggas that this might be a temporary lifestyle, but it's always meant to get us to a next plateau of doing something where you ain't got to look over your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? To really pay the bills.
Right.
So, but yeah, definitely, he definitely was a larger than life person. And if you was around him, you'll feel that energy. Always a certain energy that's only Zoe got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So your first major beat was "Devil Get Off Me" by Boosie and Fox, correct?
One of that was probably the most popular, because I probably did over 50 beats for Boosie, but that was definitely the most popular song. And what's crazy is that the DVD of him singing that song is what made that song popular.
I
But
remember
when the original beat that they had it on, DJ Toomp, that used to do all the beats for T.I., he did the beat to the original Devil Get Up album. It wasn't nothing like my shit. And it was like a more mellow style beat, more gloomy. And I wanted to make something up tempo, you know what I'm saying, hard hitting, but like almost like some orchestra sound and shit, you know what I'm saying, because of the magnitude of the song. And man, that song, I feel like that's one of my most powerful beats to date. And I know on Boosie's very first concert, when he got out of jail, on his very first concert, that's the song he performed after 5 years. You feel me?
Okay.
So that go to show you what he think of the song, even though I feel like he could still shoot a video for that song right now and be successful. You know what I'm saying? But that just go to show the magnitude of that song. You've been locked up 5 years and you get your first show, and this what you want to come up come out to, because it's damn near like he was predicting, you know what I'm saying, standing in front of the judge, getting thrown away by the judge, all that. If you listen
And
to
he
what
know
he's
my
saying,
nickname. Yeah, he know my
you know what I'm
nickname.
saying? He
Yes,
damn near
sir.
prophesizing. And that's what I wanted to capture in the beat, because he prophesies his own future.
Right.
And that's what people don't realize. Words are powerful. See what niggas be rapping about dying a lot, or they rap about when they get shot, or when I die, or when I go, something always happen. You know what I'm saying? Or when niggas be rapping about things like it can't happen to them, or like they bigger than any situation, you really take your eyes off the prize. And a lot of times you could speak death, or you could speak things into fruition that come to pass. You know what I'm saying? But that song was just powerful. And he really went through that. You know what I'm saying? So I was really trying to capture that shit when I made that beat. And it ended up coming out dope.
Okay. So how long was you signed to Trill ENT?
I was signed to them for 6 years. I was probably active like 4 of them years. The last 2 years I probably was just, like whatever. Kind of just waiting on the deal to fizzle out. Because like the momentum slowed down, everybody kind of got divided. And I ain't never had no beef with nobody over there, but it's just that when the artist not on the same page, what the producer's gonna do if the artist ain't even, you know what I'm saying, working together or recording, or even, you know what I'm saying, trying to work on new music and stuff like that. Because we had kind of went through a lot of transitions, you know what I'm saying. Boosie went to jail. Webbie kind of took that hard, you know what I'm saying. Phat died. That made it worse, so all they was left with was kind of, Fox had left, and everything else just kind of fizzled out. So it's like, I don't know. By me being personally a part of the situation, I see where they could have did a few things to, to make the shit last longer. But at the end of the day, I feel like they was learning as they go too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like mistakes that they made as older men, they probably wouldn't make now. But as young black men then, you know what I'm saying, they was street dudes, just like us. They was coming out the street and trying to switch over to legal business, you know what I'm saying? So it's a learning curve, man. And I feel like some of that shit just got lost in the sauce.
Right.
But you gotta pay your people, and you gotta take care of the people that take care of you. I feel like we all could have did a better job taking care of each other, honestly, but at the end of the day, we created history. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's still cool with each other for the most part. There really ain't no bad blood.
Right. Now, how was it working with Nutsie? I'm pronouncing his name right? Nutsie?
Yeah, Nussie. Yeah, Nussie. Yeah, Nussie was I don't know, man. It's just crazy how like all these dudes, you know what I'm saying, they took a liking to me. You know what I'm saying? And see, with Nussie, I didn't want to work with Nussie because there was a rumor going around that he had something to do with Ivy getting killed. Okay. So I was, see, at the time that shit happened, I was still back and forth from Georgia to home. You know what I'm saying? And because I was doing my little thing in the military at the time. Like when I graduated, I stayed home for a little while. I ended up going to the military, so I was back and forth dealing with that. And so when the shit went down, I didn't know the full details. All I know is that his name kept coming up in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I would never work with him. I heard he wanted to work with me, but then he got introduced to me through a mutual friend of mine that I'm close with, my nigga Ghost. And Ghost was like, yeah, man, he ain't had nothing to do with that shit, whoop, whoop, whoop. And he was like, yeah, bro, I ain't do that, whoop, whoop, whoop. And it came out that he ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We want to get some shit in. Let's do it. Dude already had his own street reputation. You know what I'm saying? He already had, like, Nussie, a lot of people don't know Nussie from the South. You feel me?
Okay.
But people think he's from Easy Town because he would rap about Easy Town in his music. But that's just where he bought his property and shit. He ended up buying a house and a building over there. So that's what a trap was at. You know what I'm saying? That's where he posted up every day. So he started rapping about Easy Town. But a lot of people don't know he from the South. So you know what I'm saying? There goes that neighborhood tie again. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm telling you, like Loke from the South, Young Bleed from the South, Boosie from the South, Nussie from the South, Ivor from the South, I'm from the South, Lil Phat from the South. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's only a couple. Hold on. Make sure I got my plug. Let's see. All right, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
yeah, I was just naming all the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? In Baton Rouge, like Baton Rouge is on fire right now from an artistry standpoint. But we had a lot of history come out of South Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? One of the first rap groups. And they was also like a little, if you want to call them a street gang, but not world class wrecking crew, Southside wrecking crew, Silky Slim and a couple other people. They was even doing music and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So South Baton Rouge, we like the Harlem of Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? We like the trendsetters in the city.
Now, what is Silky Slim when he putting out DVDs a couple years ago?
Yeah, Silky Slim was doing them. He was doing DVDs and reporting and like going to some of the scenes and stuff like that. Stop the violence. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, because I ended up coming across one of them. And I don't even know how I came across one of them, but like the dude that used to sell like my cousin them like CDs, he had it. And I think I was like, he was like, I only had one copy and I bought it from him and stuff like that. So that's how I know about Silky Slim. Now, since you mentioned Young Bleak, have you ever worked with him doing music wise?
Lil Bleak?
No, Young Bleak.
Young Bleak? Yeah. I done worked with Bleak before. I talked to Bleak the other day, matter of fact. But I need to actually do some new music with him. And I will probably see them at the premiere because they putting out they having a premiere on the 13th of January for this Baton Rouge DVD. It's like the history of Baton Rouge hip hop. So it's documenting everything from back in Silky Slim era all the way up to Young Boy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually featured in that. It's a red carpet event coming up soon, but I'm gonna probably see a lot of people there, man, and try to touch bases with a lot of them guys. You know what I'm saying? That been in the mix, that been doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Because without all of us giving our individual efforts and collective efforts, the scene wouldn't be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I still hear my influence in a lot of the producers today in Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? I still hear my influence on a lot of remakes and, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Be Real. Be Real influenced a lot of people. Mouse influenced a lot of people. Q-Red influenced a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we created a sound and a culture that lives today. And I feel like, man, with the producer, that shit really mean a lot because the producer, man, he gonna make you move before the rapper even step foot on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna ask you about this rapper, but I don't think too many people know about him. But like you had to really be an underground fan. B-Lo.
Yeah, balling for billions.
Yeah. So is he still active? Is he still making music, or he just gave up on music?
B-Lo, from my understanding, I think he was running the after hour spot. I think he owned the after hour spot, a couple of them.
Right.
So from what I knew, he was doing that. But I remember he had an altercation with Trill way back in the day. So I never really did no work with B-Lo. I used to actually be cool with Thug Addict, the dude that rapped under him. Yeah. They used to say, dude sound like Mystic.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was one of my first people I worked with too. I worked with Thug Addict. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Thug Addict ain't trying to put no new music out, or he's not trying to do it?
Man, I think he started doing gospel rap or something.
Okay. I
want to say I talked to him on Facebook maybe 2 or 3 years ago. That he had mentioned doing something, but I hadn't heard back from him. But man, I don't really fall out with people, bro. If I fall out with somebody, 10 times out of 10 it's something they did. So that's why I'm still in touch with so many people. Like I remember I even talked to, well, Mac is home now, but I used to talk to Mac and C Murder while they was locked up. You know what I'm saying? So man, everybody keep in touch with me, bro. I've been the same person the whole time, you know, just constantly growing, man, just trying to be a better man.
Right. Now, I seen an interview. You said you was like about to work with Soldier Slim. Did y'all ever get them any music recorded, or it never happened due to his passing?
Now, Anthony Murray was managing Slim and BG at the time. And so I had talked to Anthony Murray, and he probably didn't know who I was at the time, but I had sent beats and everything, and I was supposed to work with Slim. Didn't get a chance to work with Slim, but that's how I ended up working with BG through Anthony Murray. Anthony Murray, the one who brought him to my studio.
Okay, so how was that work at how's working with BG?
Raw, one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? So to work with him, it was dope. But what was even doper? Hold on, hey, I'm still in the interview, y'all loud. So what was even doper is the fact that BG wasn't on no ego shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this, the dude that created Bling Bling and started people to saying bling. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. So it's like, you know, say y'all ain't get no less loud. Get away from the door, bro. Go away from the door. So but yeah, he wasn't on no ego shit the whole time. Like he kept asking for my input. He was asking me how should he do, you know what I'm saying, how he should deliver his raps. And I was really surprised because at the end of the day, I'm like, man, it's BG. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got the right to come in the studio and feel like they done some shit, accomplished some shit, it would be him. And I don't work with a lot of cats that they master their ego before they master their craft. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing this shit 20 years now. And a lot of times you'll have somebody that think they can freestyle their way to a hit song and try to argue with you about how to make music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever, you know.
Okay. So have you kept in contact with BG or anything?
It's been a minute since I talked to him. I had wrote him probably about a couple years ago. But some of his people I'm still in contact with. I'm hoping that he get out soon, man. I actually ran into his son and got his son contact info and supposed to do something with him. But you know, I'm waiting on BG to come on, bro. That's still one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite people I've worked with. And hopefully when he get out, you know what I'm saying, I have him over at Mob HQ because I know he'll love this setup. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Atlanta. My studio underground. We could see outside. We got the cameras and everything. We safe from everything. So I know he'll love to come over here and just lock in. You know, because that's how we did our last year. And I actually the songs that I produced for him, I ended up co-writing them as well. You know what I'm saying? So that was an opportunity for me to show niggas that I can get my pen game strong too. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote the hooks on all the songs that we did. He wrote all the verses. I wrote the hooks for him, and shit, we worked good together.
Okay. Because I think I seen an article they said he's supposed to get out next year, 2023, because he's somewhere, because I'm in South Carolina, and he's somewhere posted, I think, in the lower country of South Carolina, but I'm not too sure because I was trying to find his address.
I can get it for you.
Okay, then I appreciate that. Okay, so since you was on Trill ENT, and I know you told the story on another podcast, what was your impression about Pimp C?
Pimp, man. Pimp was what's funny about Pimp, like the guy on Riding Dirty that's talking on all the interviews, that's Smoke D. He introduced me to Pimp. My affiliation with Pimp, strangely, even though Pimp was affiliated with Trill, my meeting Pimp ain't had nothing to do with Trill. So Trill didn't put that together. Smoke D, that was on Riding Dirty doing all the talking, he was the one who introduced me to Pimp. So the first time I met Pimp was actually here in Atlanta at the 12.
Okay.
And man, he had this fucking 7'5" ass bodyguard. And you probably seen him on them Rap a Lot DVDs and shit.
Yeah, I have.
That nigga big as shit. I'm a big dude, but that nigga huge. So Pimp was rolling with him or whatever. So they coming off the elevator. I'm going on the elevator, about to go up to his room, and he was coming out. So like we literally bump into each other face to face. And so I'm doing this. What's up, Pimp? And nigga, he dabbed me, but he's like, man, I know who you is, nigga. Savage BT Uncut. I've been checking you out. So, you know what I'm saying? That felt good, you know, for me to not have to introduce Pimp. You know what I'm saying? Pimp is my pop. You know how people love pop? Pimp was my pop because that nigga did everything I love to do. You know what I'm saying? He made the beat. He made the soulful beats. He did the singing. He loved Maze, Isley, brother. I was into all that shit before I got heavy into Pimp. Then I'm listening to Pimp as a kid. I'm like, oh, that nigga like this. That nigga fucking with that. That shit just made me fall in love with that nigga music. You see what I'm saying? And so for my favorite artists to know me, before I finish introducing myself, I'm like, okay, boom, I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? I know he paying attention. So yeah, man, we ended up he did a feature for Smoke on one of my beats. He did a feature for Vicious, which was one of his artists, and I had already been working with Vicious. But he did a feature for Vicious on one of my beats, and then him and Webbie did the Fly as the Eagle joint. Now BJ wrote the hook. BJ wrote the hook for that song, and Pimp changed some of the words to it, so it kind of it was just small changes, but see, BJ was trying to get credit for making a beat too, and we kind of fell out about that shit. And I ain't never told this story, but we kind of fell out about that shit because you was doing something else while I was making the beat. True, you gave me the hook for that to make the beat around, but I did the whole beat by myself, and so it's like, okay, boom, I done did the beat. If Pimp done changed the words, then that would have, you see what I'm saying? That would have took you out the equation. So a nigga like, well, I gotta get something, you know what I'm saying? So he telling niggas he did the beat, but nah, I ain't had no help doing that beat. That was all me.
Right. Right. So what about your relationship with G Money?
I didn't know G Money like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Cause see, the TBG regime now is different from the original cast of players. You know what I'm saying? I'm older than them dudes. So and Ivy was a couple years older than me. You see what I'm saying? And Chill was definitely like, Chill was everybody big dog. Chill and Yacht. You know what I'm saying? That was everybody big homie. So I'm a little older than them, and by the time they was doing that with G Money and Fredo, they was under kind of different leadership then, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, anything coming out the hood, you know, I was for it, you know, because it made us all look good. You know, Gacy from the top too. I meant to say Gates from our neighborhood too, Kevin Gates. Yeah. You know, people used to think he was from New Orleans, but he from the top part of South Baton Rouge too. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we just got that it factor coming out of there, you know what I'm saying? But what was the original question?
G Money.
G Money, yeah. I never got a chance to work with G Money, but I did like what he was doing though. I think he was a star for sure.
You know he did. He had that star quality. He had that star quality.
Yeah, G was a star before he really popped with the music. Like the little women was on him. The niggas was hating on him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. And he had, like, when he be out, they want to see him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get to tripping and want to take pictures and all that. But see, my partner Wookie's studio was where everybody used to meet up. That's what TBG, we all recorded our early shit. Anything got done early with Boosie, anything I done early with TBG was all that Wookie shit. Wookie was the big homie who had the studio pretty much before a lot of people had studios in Baton Rouge. And he was from the top part of the South. So naturally, that was family, you know what I'm saying? But G did a lot of shit by Wookie in the early years too. So it's like some kind of way everybody came through our hands at some point or another to really pop off, you feel me? So it ain't nothing that got done in the city that I haven't had a hand in at some point in time, you feel me? And that's major because of where the movement at now. And I don't always get credit for it. I may not always be as popular as some of the other people that be getting credit for it. But at the end of the day, my resume, you know, if you're looking at my shit on paper or if you're looking at the numbers and the album sales and all these niggas' albums I done worked on, man, it ain't even comparable. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, even with producers on Trill was like working predominantly with people on Trill.
Yeah.
When I was with Trill, I was doing Trill shit, and everybody else in the city wanted to work with a nigga too. Right. So you could be listening to Baton Rouge radio. You might listen to Baton Rouge radio 2 hours straight, and all the beats done by me.
Okay.
You feel me? Or 12 songs play. I got fucking, 7, 8 tracks of the 12, which, Be Real, they had a run like that, Mouse had a run like that, but that's just how influential, you know what I'm saying, that the shit really was. And even with Nussie, like, to me, Nussie couldn't rap when he first started. I couldn't stand to hear him rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was just, but niggas knew he was a gangster, so like niggas gonna listen to it, you feel me?
Yeah.
They knew he was a gangster. So I'm like, okay, well shit, if I could have this nigga jamming, I know he could do something. So when I started, the first hook I did for him was a song called We Be Thuggin'. We be thuggin', man. You see, it's nothing, man. That and when he threw that bitch out, oh man, every car in Baton Rouge was slapping that bitch. I'm talking about everywhere you go is boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first song we popped with. Then I turned around and did that, and then Be Real did the Dumb Way for him. That popped him off even more. Then I came back with the They Hate My that I had did for him. And that was his biggest song, you feel me? So I did the beat and the hook on that. So, yeah, that shit really had to sit on lock, and a lot of niggas started trying to make their beat sound like that. But shit, man, it is what it is, though. That's just what the sound is.
All right. So I knew you had a different type of relation with Lil Phat, because I remember seeing one of your posts about it when he got shot. How was that relationship was like?
When I first got to Trill, Phat didn't want me to work with nobody else at Trill. He used to call me his producer. He's like, nah, nigga, you my producer. But that nigga ended up being like my little brother for real, because a lot of people don't know. See, Phat was Mel's son, so he around this shit. He the CEO's son. You see what I'm saying? So you around it, but he never really got taught it. So once he finally sat down and we started teaching this shit to him and teaching him what bars is, that's how early I was involved with Phat. You know what I'm saying? In the stage where he actually learning how to write music. So one of his first singles was a song called New Kicks. And I did that. I wrote the hook for that shit. Did that for him. And he did that, you know what I'm saying? Threw that out there, but he was still, part of 3 Deep. But the goal was for him to be a solo artist from jump, you know what I'm saying? He was supposed to be a solo artist from the gate. It's just that they was introducing him through 3 Deep. So that's how that went. But yeah, it was like Phat would come to my mom's house, or he would come. If I'm at the studio, he coming over there. If I'm at my mom's house, he coming over there. If I'm at my apartment, you know what I'm saying? Not even on no recording shit, just to chill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I would fuss at him and Finn a lot. That's what his little partner Finn. I don't know if you heard of him. But I would fuss at them dudes all the time, and it seemed like they'll be listening. But like, if you ain't always got your eye on them, they gonna do what the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Phat was special too, man.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, when I hear Young Boy, I hear Phat. But I just feel like Young Boy a more advanced rapper than Phat. But as far as his style, his delivery, his demeanor, I feel like he got all that from Phat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You definitely can tell he influenced him.
Yeah. So so what's your relation what's your relationship with Webbie?
We never had one.
Okay.
We never had one. Like, he done rapped on a few of my beats. I love Webbie. As an artist, that nigga a dog.
Yeah.
But we only worked together a few times, even at the label, you know what I'm saying? It was just Webbie just gonna come get the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't gonna be too much talking. When he joking, but shit, when he coming to work, we're gonna get in the yo and knock it out.
Right.
So we never really had like a lot of talking, personal relationships, dialect, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never exchanged a lot of conversation. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that nigga one of the best though. He one of the best when it comes to making that music.
Okay. Now let me I'm gonna ask you a question. What was your relationship with Ivan?
Ivan grew up probably two streets over from my grandmother's house. My grandmother was on Marcellus. I used to be on 15, 16. lame and all that shit up in there. But even when we was young in middle school, like Ivan was hustling, Ballard went to school. I went to school all the time, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was older than us, he'd be on the bus stop when we get out of school. He already out there, you know what I'm saying, waiting on the hoes to get off the bus, shit like that. But he just was a neighborhood big dog, you know what I'm saying? Ivan ran into, he was just always a get money nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we used to be telling him, like, dude, you need to be the nigga rapping. You pushing everybody else to rap. You telling everybody to rap. Woo, woo, woo. But he was the dude that had the charisma, the style, the money, the look, the cars, all that shit before. And a lot of people don't realize with no Ivy, you wouldn't see the Boosie that you got right now, because Boosie is Ivy. You know, truth be told, like his style, his demeanor kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because he rock like Ivy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The haircut, the way he dressed. Dude influenced us. He was an influence to all of us. Love the throwback shit. I remember Boosie bought I had a Karl Malone jersey. That nigga Boosie wanted that. I'm way bigger than Boosie. Boosie wanted that bitch so bad he bought it off my back. Man, I got to have that bitch. So fuck it, bro. You can have this motherfucker. But you know, that was Ivy had us with them throwback shits. You know what I'm saying? That was his thing. He probably had every throwback that ever came through the city in his size, you know. And if we go into the club, everybody gonna be throwback down, you know. That was just some neighborhood shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this. What was the mind frame were you going in and making chess game? What was your mind frame in going to making chess game?
Really just the fact that, like, I'm explaining to you my catalog, right? And I'm explaining to you how long I've been around. That's hard to do, cause think about how many people have come and gone in music. And you're like, well, where this person at? Where that person at? A nigga done been relevant in so many eras. I'm still relevant. You feel me? After 20 years of doing, down to 20 years doing this shit, you know, TBG started like 2002, 2003. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Really, if you want to say 2000, 2001, but when we finally started dropping shit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the neighborhood, it was really just the reason I loved where I came from is because I really come from there and people are still being successful out that same little hole, you feel me? Right. So we was showing niggas, and even Loke was showing niggas like, man, you can make it doing this shit. P came, scoop him up. That put us on another level. When P shouted us out in some of his songs and saying Baton Rouge, nigga, we thought that shit was, you know what I'm saying? Because P worldwide at this point. Yeah, he was. You know, my mind frame is just the fact that I could last, bro. Like, I make music, and that's the difference between a beat maker or a nigga who just trying to make $1 out this shit. Anytime you see me, man, I'm doing music. I'm around the keyboard. Even when I was hustling full time, my equipment somewhere near me, my laptop with me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, to be doing this shit 20 years, I'm going into a chess game because you got to be thinking to stay relevant. You got to be thinking to keep making music, to not run out of shit to say in 20 years, to help other people write songs. You see what I'm saying? To be able to make money off shit that I did. Because Devils still, every time my royalty statements come, Devils is probably the top earning song. I'm still getting paid for that. When I'm gone, my kids gonna get paid for that. You see what I'm saying? When Boosie leave his legacy behind, I done so many beats for him. My legacy gonna be attached to that. There's nothing they could do about it. There's nothing that could be done about all the work I've put in. So it's like, no matter who want to work with a nigga or don't want to work with a nigga, or who want to acknowledge the contributions I made, is indisputable. You feel me? So my mind frame was just like, shit, these niggas having ups and downs, these niggas in and out the game. I'm taking care of my family off this shit. You got to be a thinker to be able to do that. You feel me? This is my everyday life. I was talking to my partner the other day, and I was like, man, so I'm glad I ain't got to go back to nobody fucking job Monday. You know, we done had all these days off. We had all these days off after the holiday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm glad I ain't got to go back to nobody's job, because that's what I do. And if I don't want to do it today, I just don't log in. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing within itself to be living off music.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Your song 365 with Geechee Don and Boosie. How did that come along?
Geechee was somebody I've been knowing for a while. I met him in the military. But he from Savannah, you know what I'm saying? When we got out the military, truth be told, you know what I'm saying, we stayed in touch, we got some money together. And a lot of people I be helping with music, you know what I'm saying? At one point or another, I got like a real relationship with him or a friendship or something, you know what I'm saying? So he definitely wanted to work with Boo. That was just one of his goals, you know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, I know you can make it happen, woo, woo, woo. See what he want. And shit, you know what I'm saying? I hooked him up with the shit. And Boosie came directly to the studio. He came over here. Geechee came from Savannah. He from Savannah, Georgia. He came from Savannah. I linked the niggas up. I did the beat. Nigga went in there and killed the booth. You know what I'm saying? The rest was history.
Okay. Okay, now I know you just dropped